It's time for the CakeDrain Show with Drake and Cain.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
And welcome to the CakeDrain Show.
So, over time, many trends have come and gone. Nowadays, hipsters are the thing. Back about 20 years ago, in the 90s, it was grunge. Different things have come and gone. But we're going to talk about a few things that have lasted all time. Things that have been cool since they've come around. First one I want to talk about is something that everybody can agree it's pretty cool. You may not like them, but they're still cool. Motorcycles. Yes. From the beginning of the 19th century, 20th century, whatever century it was, the motorcycle has been a symbol of cool. Go back to, say, to the 70s, we had Easy Rider with, I can't remember his name. It was a very popular movie at that time. I need to do my research. And also, even, we had Happy Days, Fonzie rode a motorcycle, and then...
Can't disagree with the fonts.
Exactly. And then even up through 90s, early 2000s, we had Ghost Rider with his awesome motorcycle. Blade drove a motorcycle. I mean, cool people drove motorcycles.
Captain America.
Captain America has a motorcycle.
He's got a motorcycle.
And even nowadays, we have Sons of Anarchy, which is a popular show about a motorcycle gang. So,
Right.
if you think about it, they've truly stood the test of time on that. So,
And I think, I totally agree with you, Drake. I think motorcycles will continue to be cool, even whenever they're like hover motorcycles in the future.
those be even more cool.
Right?
Actually.
Like, well, I'm not a fan of Tron, but it's like future video game stuff. Motorcycles. Still.
Light cycles. Hello.
Booyah.
Boom.
My first cool thing that has been cool since forever, movies.
Yes.
Movies have been around arguably longer than photographs, motion pictures anyways. People would pay money in the early 1900s to go see things called Nickelodeons, which are just not good cartoons, but they were little short videos or films of just random things, like a person riding a bike or a dog in the park or whatever. There was no plot line. Mm-hmm. And they would pay money to go see this at a theater. And flash forward to now where you can watch CakeDrain for free from the comfort of wherever.
Anywhere. Even on a phone.
And movies and videos, just videos in general, whether it's a Vine or it's a 3-hour movie, they will continue to be awesome well into the future.
Very true.
Oh yeah.
So, actually, that goes into my next point. Because along with motorcycles and a lot of famous movies, something featured leather jackets. Now, a lot of y'all are thinking, leather jackets, how's that? Think about that. All the cool people that you can imagine have worn a leather jacket. Think about it. Like I said, Fonzie wore a leather jacket. The Sons of Anarchy have their own leather jackets. I mean, you can take a scrawny, nerdy dude, put him in a leather jacket, and it's like a little bit cooler. I mean, not completely, but hey, it's got a little bit of an edge to it.
I need to write that down.
You do. We need to wear leather jackets.
We do.
So, you can, if you see a guy walking down the street in a leather jacket, you kind of have a little bit like, whoa, like either a little bit more respect or a little bit of fear for that person.
A little of both. Really.
A little of both.
I fear and respect you, sir. I will
just
walk on the
because-
other side of the street.
Because clearly you have the chutzpah to wear a leather jacket and earn a leather jacket.
Right.
So I think that's pretty cool. And I mean, they're leather jackets, leather trench coats. I mean, from the dawn of civilization, people have worn leather jackets. Back in the Old West, they wore old leather trench coats, and then up to the 50s with the leather jackets for motorcycles. Even Greece in the 70s, which is about the 50s, the T-Birds wore leather jackets. I mean, you can't think of John Travolta.
You can't be a greaser and not have a leather jacket.
Exactly.
And let's face it, the greasers were the cool kids.
They were. I mean, you can't even think of, like, John Travolta. I think of him as, in Greece wearing his leather jacket and his little curl in the front. So, I mean, you've got to admit, leather jackets kind of make you cool.
And don't forget about Terminator, because even
Yes.
killer robots from the future, they're like, how do I become cool and blend in human society? Wear a leather jacket.
Exactly.
All right, my next awesome thing. You all will agree that this is awesome. And I think after this episode, we're going to go get some of this awesome cake.
Cake.
Cake has been around so long, since people have had the capacity to beat wheat into flour and mix some little whatever eggs, dinosaur eggs, and other things in there, and sugar. And they've been making cake. I'm pretty sure that manna that rained down from the heaven in the Bible is like cake.
That's biblical cake.
It's biblical cake.
Think about that.
And cake is so versatile, man. It's awesome and it's cool because it's versatile.
Yes.
You can have cake for breakfast. You can have it for lunch. You can have it for dinner and dessert.
Bam. You can live off a cake. How awesome is that? I
Exactly.
mean, you got corn cakes, which is like cornbread, pancakes. I mean, for dinner, you can have a meat cake pie thing.
Meatloaf is like a cake.
It's a meat cake.
It's cake meat and it's delicious. And it's so cool and timelessly cool that it is like the official celebratory food item.
Exactly.
You have a wedding, you got cake.
Yeah.
Birthday party, cake.
I don't even care if I hate the person. Somebody says, "Oh, we got a cake for," I'll be like, I should say hi.
And let's not forget that the coolest people in the room are our wives, if they were in the room.
If they're here.
What am I trying to say here? CakeDrain starts with cake! Cake! I'm not wearing a CakeDrain shirt, but...
Cake and drain. It's perfect.
Exactly.
It's in the name, people.
Because the cake creates such awesomeness that we had to have a drain to filter it out so that
overflow.
World didn't explode.
That's right.
Because we're here, we want to protect you guys.
We're here for you. My last one, which truly marks the epicene of cool. Sunglasses. Yeah! Sorry, couldn't help it. But, see, that even shows in modern times, the guy wearing the sunglasses is usually the cool guy in the room. I mean, you know, think about back in the 80s with Tom Cruise's Aviators and Top Gun. You know, the Men in Black wore Ray-Bans. We've got, you know, decades upon decades. You can look back, and the person wearing the sunglasses, usually the one that, you know, everybody's looking at like, hey, what's that guy? It gives you mystery. Hides the eyes, and the eyes are the window to the soul. So if you hide that, people are like, who's that guy? Why is he here? Why is he so cool? Even there's a song in the 80s called Sunglasses at Night, which makes it even more dangerous and cool, because who has the nerve to wear sunglasses at night? And
somebody with really good vision.
That's true. And also superheroes. Two major superheroes wear sunglasses on a pretty regular basis. Number one, from the X-Men, Cyclops with his awesome red sunglasses that block his eyes. And also the vampire hunter himself, Blade.
Oh yeah.
With the black Ray-Bans. I mean, come on.
Daredevil wears sunglasses too.
He does.
He
almost
red
like
ones.
I think him and Cyclops wear the same brand.
Yeah, sure. Probably. They get him at Oakley's superhero brand.
Oakley's superhero sponsor. But, so, over time, sunglasses have not changed in their level of cool. They may have changed in price, they may have changed in variety or style, but the coolness level is still intact.
And it forever will be, well into the future, because we'll always need to protect our eyes from the sun.
That's right.
But more importantly, we'll always need to be cool.
Yes.
And so that brings us to the last one, which is very timelessly cool as well. Swords. Swords have been awesome forever. They date back to 3,300 BC. That's whenever they estimate the first sword type of weapons coming into civilization. And swords to this day are still awesome. Back then they made them for necessity and for use, for war and defense. Now you have them as decorations in your man cave or in your nerdy house. Mm-hmm. And even futuristic settings have some sort of sword. Swords are never going to be obsolete. You're never going to be like, what is this? I'm just going to use my laser gun. It's like, no, you just make a laser sword.
Lightsaber.
Exactly. Energy swords and lightsabers and all this jazz. Swords are awesome. What do you want in a zombie apocalypse? A gun that's going to run out of bullets? Or a freaking sword?
That's right. See, what would you go up against? Who would you rather have in battle? A guy with, you know, a little knife? Or do you want a big katana broadsword at your side? The thing has range. You can get more up close in combat. A sword is more noble of weaponry. I'm sure all the NRA people are like, y'all people crazy. No, think about it. If you see a knight holding a sword or somebody holds a sword, that's a person of honor. That's a person of respect. That's somebody who is bad.
When you knight somebody, you do it with the sword.
A sword like an inch from your face.
And it's held by a queen.
Very, very noble person indeed.
You don't see people going around protesting swords.
People just accept the fact we need swords in our lives.
We do. We need to bring back. Okay, I know people. We are in the Midwest, so concealed carry is kind of a big thing here, especially in the South. People like to, have the right to carry their own firearms. I want the right to just carry a sword on my belt or on my back or something.
I agree.
Not necessarily for defense, but just so people know, hey, that guy's cool. He's noble. He may or may not have been knighted by the Queen. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give that guy extra fries with his burger.
Even the military, back in the olden days, whenever they used guns and stuff like that, they would give. Even the Marines to this day use swords. Use swords in ceremonies. They use swords in their formal dress. Swords are still a level of honor and respect, which I think is cool. And we honor and respect you guys for sticking around and thinking we are cool as well, because you guys are even cooler for thinking we're cool. So, hope you guys enjoyed this little episode. Make sure you guys check out our friend D-Rock at The Real D-Rock 1, where he talks about all things, anything, vlogging-wise. Also at Wrestling Talk 1, where he talks about all things pro wrestling.
Yeah, and don't forget to check out Drake's channel, where he does all kinds of vlogs and behind-the-scenes goodies for CakeDrain. You can tweet us using hashtag CakeDrain Show. Tweet us using hashtag TrueSnakeVlogs. And hashtag Cake Games, because we're starting up our gaming videos again. We got a new one coming out towards you. We need suggestions for games to play on the PlayStation 4. Alright, guys?
Alright.
Thank you for watching this super cool episode. Have a super cool rest of the day, because CakeDrain Nation is timelessly cool.
That's right.
Peace out, CakeDrain Nation.
And remember, Bruce!
My butler's gone, he went away.
Yeah. What would happen if a guy was riding a motorcycle while wearing a leather jacket, sunglasses, holding a sword, eating cake on his way to a movie theater?
The world would implode from that much awesome.